guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I'm gonna be very chatty. I've been traveling so much throughout the month of February. Black history is still going strong. I don't know, I just feel like I haven't seen you guys in so long. Like I feel like I haven't recorded a video in ages. Or maybe it's just because I'm like back in the groove of my setup, whatever. So today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about laser hair removal. Yes, it is a different procedure for women of color. Not necessarily a different procedure, but there's a lot of taboos. And for years, laser hair removal was actually not recommended for darker skinned women, not just black women, but I've heard a lot of Indian women having like adverse reactions to getting laser procedures, Latina women, just any woman with extra melanin is a problem. As you guys know, I work with Laser Away. I've talked about it on Instagram, and I got a lot of questions, and obviously since this is a beauty channel, and I kind of want to expand on that, and I want to talk about things that maybe don't really get a lot of light in general from women of color. So for those of you guys that may have been considering it, you can get some tips and just some perspective, because I definitely have some tips. The first thing I do want to say before I get into the video is I just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up that I did a video for the Refinery 29 YouTube channel, and basically it's just talking about the standards of beauty, and it's not at all related to this video, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that it's going to be going live on their channel next week, their YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to them, go ahead and check it out. Get a early admission seat before the video goes live. It's kind of candid. It's gonna get a little intense. They also did a video with a couple other beautiful YouTubers that I follow. Iris Baylin her video just launched like a couple days ago. Literally brought me on the verge of tears. So I just had to give you guys a heads up to keep a lookout for it, subscribe to their channel, so that when the video does premiere, you'll be ready to see it, because obviously that's what I talk about here on my channel. It's important to me. So anyway, laser hair removal. First of all, I'm going to talk about where I got it done and what the experience is like, and some tips that I think would benefit all of you guys that are considering getting it done. What I feel are some very important tips. Girl, learn from my mistakes. Okay, I work with Laser Away. Again, I've said that in the beginning. I'm very transparent about stuff like that. I don't know why people see it as bragging. Like I just feel like that's what we should do. I should be able to openly, have that dialogue with you guys. Like, yeah, I work with them. If they comp the service so that I can talk about my experience. And I was curious because I too, like a lot of people, thought, isn't that bad for people of color? Like I thought laser was just a procedure that was like a no-no. Like there's still so much taboo around it, right? They were like, girl, times have changed. We've got everything for everyone. So I first met them sometime, actually almost like a year ago, when we first like initiated our relationship, and then I didn't get the procedure done until several months later. The two things that I was the most interested in was underarm and bikini area. I guess just because those are the most inconvenient, I feel. And so my first time there, I went and I got the underarm done, and then I got the bikini area done. One thing that Laser Away does tell you is they tell you to shave the night before you get the procedure done, because you have to have no hair when you get laser done. For this procedure and this procedure alone, I would highly suggest you get as close of a shave as you possibly can. The reason for this, I know that there's crevices down there, the valleys and stuff, but try to get as close as a shave as you possibly can, because any little micrometer of stubble that's there, it's gonna burn, girl. It's really gonna burn. It's not unbearable. Now I feel like I have somewhat of a high tolerance for pain. You're good as long as you shave as close to the grain as you possibly can. Please listen to me. Please just listen to me, okay? Again, it's not unbearable. It's just gonna make you little jump, ooh, you might clench while they're doing it, because that's a really intimate area. So I'm just looking out for you guys. Same thing with underarm. Like if you can get as close of a shave underarm, I would highly suggest that. I did not experience scarring from the laser. I did not experience any like weird side effects. The way that laser works is apparently the more coarse the hair is, the easier it is for the laser to detect, from my understanding. So areas like the bikini area, for people like me, I mean, that hair is really, really coarse, like really thick in diameter. It's actually more ideal for women of color because it's said to be it's easier for the laser to work. One thing that I did notice after the procedure got done, I did not get any ingrown hairs like I normally would after I shave or get a wax. The hair grew back, like it was almost like what it would look like after a week of not shaving, and then it slowly just fell off. And it was so weird because I'm like, oh, the hair is growing back, because you have to do your sessions every 6 weeks until the hair completely stops growing. Maybe like a week later, I got stubble, and then it just like fell off. And even right now, my last procedure was a week and a half ago. The hair was, you know, clean shaven before the procedure, and then it grew back, and then it all fell off. So it was just like, okay, you're not joining us for the other party after this? Okay, all right. So again, you have to get the procedure done every 6 weeks. So 6 weeks went by, and then 2 months went by. I was just busy. Like, I just could not, we just weren't communicating, and I wasn't in there keeping up with my sessions. So I went back about, oh God, the first procedure was like 3 months ago. And girl, you know, Bush came back with full throttle. And it was basically like having to start over. Like, you have to stay on top of your 6 months, okay? Or every 6 weeks, you have to do it, because that's how you get the most effectiveness out of it. Now, let me tell you about the mistakes I made with laser hair removal, okay? Never, when I say never, ever, get laser done when you're on your period. Don't do it. Don't do it. Learn from me, please. Don't do it. You know when people say that your body's more sensitive when you're menstruating, but you don't really like, whatever. Like, you think it's like an emotional. No, that is very real. It is too real. It's actually too real. Okay, let's just talk. So the second go around, I said, okay, let's go back under the arm and bikini. This time I want full body. Why not? YOLO. Team no hair, team no edges. I wanted full arm, and then I wanted full leg. And there's like a name for that at Laser Away. I can't remember. It's like Brazilian Special or something, where you can actually bundle the bikini and the full leg. I don't know the name, but check out their website, and I'm sure they have like different packages on there. I was just like, might as well knock it all out. I feel like my legs are the biggest thing that I show the most of, so why wouldn't I want to get my legs done? The first mistake was going on my period. It was the pain, girl. Just don't do it. Like, just don't do it, okay? I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna just say, just don't do it. And I mean like overall pain, like even on the areas where I did get a really good shave, it was just pain. Arms was like not that bad, but like the bikini area, I've never wanted to physically harm a medical professional so much the way that I did when she was in the crevices. I was just like, ah. I will say that the lady who did the procedure on me, the nurse, these are licensed, registered nurses that perform these, okay? She was very patient because it was so painful for me in certain areas. She took her time, she lowered the settings so that it wasn't as painful. But the reason why I did it was because I did it like a week and a half ago, and I knew I was gonna be traveling. So I was just like, we have been putting off following up on my appointments for so long. Let me just do it now while I can. So I booked the appointment, like I called them and I was like, hey, I'm just following up, like let's get this popping. And they were like, oh, we have a free appointment today. And I was like, oh, cool with me. I was on my period at the time, and no one's ever told me not to get it done when you're on your period. Quickly that day I shaved my entire body. And that's another thing. Don't shave the day of. They tell you to shave the day before, and it's for a reason. And I know you're thinking, oh, well, I'm gonna have a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, like, and yeah, you might, but trust me, I think if you do it late night, the night before, not the day before, maybe the night before, I think you'll be good. I'm like hairy. I'm like hairy. and I was fine. Like, I didn't have enough stubble to where it was like excruciating pain. It was fine. Do not shave the day of the procedure because your skin is like so sensitive, like those, you know, it's like open pores, right? It's just too, I feel like it was just the combination of me shaving the day of and me being on my period is what really screwed me over. I was there for like, I feel like I was there for like 3 hours. Nah, maybe not that long, maybe 2 hours for the entire, I did my forearms and my upper leg, bottom. Did I do my bottom leg? Yeah, I did my full leg. I did my top leg and then my bottom leg, bikini, and underarm. I would say the least painful is underarm, just because maybe it's just not a generally sensitive area. And then the arms were not unbearable, but you know, the cat's is very fragile. And if your cat's anything like mine, the hair is thick. Do exactly what they tell you to do. Shave the night before. They don't say anything about being on your period, but this is woman to woman, I'm telling you. Okay, spare yourself the trouble. Even if it's inconvenient, don't do it. Don't do it. So far, I'm about a week and a half from my second laser session, and the hair in those areas is pretty much falling off. Like my pits are, I was getting stubble and then the hair fell off. And then the bikini area, it's like balding patches now. Like the hair grew back and it's balding in patches. And then one thing, probably the best con about laser hair removal procedures, I will say, is it actually lightens the area that they perform the procedure on. I don't want to show you guys now because well, I probably could. Okay, so the pits, I mean, they're still pigmented now, but they're actually lighter than what they were when I went to get the procedure done. Like, I know people say if you wax regularly, like if you pretty much do anything but shaving, it'll lighten, but waxing never lightened the area for me. It just always looked really, really dark. And I've noticed that laser under my arms is the only thing that's helped to lighten that area. So I can imagine if you keep doing it, as long as you keep a razor away, it will really, really lighten. Now, the first time I got my session done, it lightened and then it got dark again because I was shaving, because I had been not going to my appointments. So now that I've gotten my second session, it's starting to lighten up again and I'm really, really happy for it. It lightened up my bikini area wonderfully, wonderfully. Now, I know you guys have heard me talk about PFB, my little roll-on bikini peel that I use, and that helped a lot too, but it didn't completely lighten the area. I feel like that plus laser, like, I just want everyone to see my bikini now. Everyone, like, I want to walk into the White House with a high cut bikini so you can see how even the skin is there now. It's that pretty. Like, it's pretty. It's photograph ready. So that to me trumps all of the cons of what you would experience for laser, because not only am I bald, am I team no fuzz, but now the area the skin just looks pretty. Like, it just looks prettier because it's all even. And I mean, it's not that I have a problem with darkening. Obviously my skin's dark. I'm not trying to hide that, but you have to understand, like, for areas that normally you shave, when the skin is dark in there, it looks like you didn't shave. It's like, what was the point of shaving if it still looks like I have a 5 o'clock shadow? You feel me? So that was really important to me. So just to kind of like recap all the pros and cons. Pros is obviously the convenience of not having to shave and having hair permanently gone from those areas. 2, I would say just the ease of the procedure. Like, it's fairly easy to maintain. There's pretty much no side effects or anything like that. You just go on about living your life. You have to stay out of the sun because I don't know if that has something to do with the darkening or what. I have no idea. And 3, the lightening of those areas. If that's an issue for you, that's definitely a pro for me because it was an area of concern. And then I would say the cons, depending on how well you follow what they tell you to do and what not to do, the pain is definitely the con. But again, I just want to stress, it's not an unbearable like childbirth pain. Like, laser is not as painful as like tattoo removal, if any of you guys have experienced that. So it's not something that, oh, it's so painful that I wouldn't do it because of the pain. I wouldn't go on my period, and I would highly advise you to get as close of a shave as possible, because I feel like the laser on the bare skin is not painful. It's just once it contacts that little bit of hair, it's a little stingy. It's like, and then you can like smell the hair. the zapping of the hair, the little burning. So, but other than that, like, it's not enough to keep me from not doing it because it's laser hair removal. To say that you permanently remove the hair in those areas, I'm definitely going to be staying on top of my appointments this go around. I'm not gonna let several months go by in between each session like I did last time. I need to get with the program. I'm never gonna go when I'm on my period though. And then overall, last thing I want to mention with the laser away like experience, getting it done there, is the staff was extremely friendly. Like, I had questions about, you know, what about my skin being dark? Is it a different type of laser? And they did tell me that yes, they do use lasers, or I guess maybe different settings for women that have darker skin, because it actually does, it is a different, like, it does make a difference in how the hair is detected or something along the lines of that. And they were just overall super, super friendly. Like, and it wasn't like, oh, this is the girl from Instagram, so we're gonna be, you know, we're gonna go above and beyond, because the people who coordinate who they work with on social media and the front desk staff, like, they didn't even know that I was there for an Instagram promotion. They just treated me like I was a regular customer until they realized, like, oh, this is Jackie, like, this is who we're expecting to see today. So I'm able to speak to you guys as a normal customer, because, you know, it's not like they just rolled out the red carpet because I was a person of influence. They didn't know at first until they pulled up my agreement. So, which is really cool, you know, because sometimes you want to be able to see how they treat everyone else. And I believe they have several different locations in the Southern California area. I'm not sure what their presence is like in different states. I live in LA and there's several locations here. You can find them on their website. And I really have nothing else to say except Team No Fuzz, girl! Okay, so I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and hopefully you learned some tips and it kind of like nudged you to join the laser Team No Fuzz bandwagon. I love laser. I'm like obsessed with it. Like, I'm never gonna not. I'm just never gonna not. What I have decided to do is, for my next video, I'm actually going to do a Q&A and kind of like open up some questions for you guys on my Snapchat, just so you guys can ask me specific things that maybe you want to know that maybe could be common questions for other people. So keep a lookout for that. I'll give you guys maybe like midway. I'm definitely going to be tracking my progress. So maybe like midway we'll do the Q&A, and then I'll do a finale at the end, wrapping it up, telling you guys how many sessions it took for me to be permanently done, and so on and so forth. Hopefully I will see you guys on my next video. Let me know if you guys have any other requests. I got some people on Twitter asking me about a feminine hygiene video. I've never talked about feminine hygiene video. We can do more of these girl chats more often. You just have to give me the green light and give me topics that you want to hear about. And I don't mind sharing and chatting at all. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.